part 4 of the missing pieces here, and hidden incognito in the tech room. Over the years I've been able to find a couple of books. Some were referred to me, some I just found on my own, which I find brought pearls of wisdom to my situation. And I'm going to tell you which books they are. The first book, I thought I had it with me. I left it at the house. But I can definitely read you what the name of it is. I wrote it down, checked it on the internet. It's called Breaking the Vicious Cycle, Intestinal Health Through Diet. And it's written by Elaine Gloria Gottschall. Now this is considered, to my understanding, one of the primary books dealing with the specific carbohydrate diet. A diet to which I never really subscribed. But at the same time, the book helped me understand a bit more how food played a part in my health, or my disease, if you want. And that book itself was also recommended by my naturopath after the fact. One thing I asked my naturopath was, well, why is she saying that people who have ulcerative colitis are always going to be eating foods that avoid grains, that avoid lactose, things like that? And that's when he enlightened me and said when he was in his studies to become a naturopath, Elaine Gloria Gottschall had come to give a presentation, a lecture. And one of the questions that had been asked of her by a student was, how come in your books that you don't talk about naturopathic supplements, digestive enzymes, and other products like that that can help ulcerative colitis and Crohn's and things? And her answer was, she believed in those things, but she wasn't of an expert enough of an expert to be able to talk about them or put them in her books. She spoke of the specific carbohydrate diet. That's what she knew. So in other words, it was like one book is not the be-all, end-all of this, though it's a really great place to start. Another book that I have here, the last one I forgot at home. This one I have 2 editions because it's got 2 different covers. The original cover was put out by Live Books in Canada. It's called Allergies, Disease in Disguise, and it's written by Bateson-Koch. And there's another book that came out again through Alive several years later. Same book, revised, different cover, again called Allergies, Disease in Disguise. And that really helped open my eyes to the thing. One of my basic beliefs about ulcerative colitis now, that it is an allergic reaction. And I don't know if there's anything I ate that's causing me to hesitate on my words. But I do know that my ulcerative colitis is an allergic reaction to some of the food I eat. One book that I found this summer that ties into one of the supplements that I take. I told you in my first video, I believe, about the Garden of Life, probiotic enzymes, homeostatic soil organisms. Well, the story behind that company is basically the guy who started off because he had very severe Crohn's disease, and he tried everything to try to get his body back in shape because he was an athlete beforehand, healthy, active, and all of a sudden all went south about the age of 19. The guy's name's Jordan S. Rubin. I almost said Joshua. Jordan S. Rubin. The book Patient Heal Thyself is a look into how he succeeded in getting back on track with his health through, well, the way he looks at it is basically the foods that were eaten back in the times of the Bible and how they were prepared, the fact that they came from the soil, people ate them straight from the soil, therefore the homeostatic soil organisms, they were not cooked, so the enzymes weren't killed. And so in the book, at the same time that he explains his story about how he got better, he also lists all the products that they sell. So it becomes a little bit of a paid advertisement, but you're paying for the advertisement. But it's good information just the same. And near the end of the book, he starts giving recipes, he starts giving lists of ingredients. I've tried some of them did great things for me. Other things I didn't realize could cause me problems. When I stopped eating them, I was a little bit better. Some things I don't agree with, like the apple cider vinegar, which is saying that it's great for you. Myself, I get a lot of gas when I use apple cider vinegar, so maybe it's not for me. But this book is another one of those books that I'd recommend that you read. And they're all easily available on sites such as Amazon.com, Amazon.ca. Pick your Amazon, whichever country over in Europe or Japan. Available as well at Chapters. You can either order it online or order it through a store. Possibly Borders as well. I never checked because I'm not an American. Well, look around. You might be able to find a copy in your library, your local public library, where you can borrow it and not have to pay for it. And check it out for yourself and see how it works. And one last thing, I brought this book by accident, and I haven't used it that much, but it proves a valid point. There are many books out there which have recipes for wheat-free cooking. This is one of them, The Complete Guide to Wheat-Free Cooking by Phyllis Potts. And just to give an example here of Mississippi mud cake, eggs, melted margarine, I prefer butter, but she says margarine, modified plastic. 3 cups of brownie mix. Okay, you go to another page to find out how the brownie mix is made. What's in that brownie mix? Rice flour, soy or bean flour, baking powder, salt, xanthan gum, unsweetened cocoa. Okay, sounds alright. Vanilla extract, chopped nuts, flaked coconut, marshmallow cream, chocolate icing, recipe below. Melted butter. Margarine in one, butter in the other? Okay. Water. Unsweetened cocoa, powdered sugar. Water. That's something that I hadn't mentioned in my last video. Water. Keeping your body hydrated is beneficial in more than one sense. That it also helps flush out toxins. And in the case of disease or allergy, getting those toxins out of your body can mean the difference between having allergic reactions or intolerances and actually being, not necessarily free of symptoms, but the burden is much lessened. So drinking water itself, that's something that I feel when I do it regularly, I'm much better off. So that's up to you if you want to try that or not. I'd prefer non-chlorinated water. Tap water is very nice. You can get one of those UV filters to light filters to kill the bacteria in it, and even better. I think I've covered pretty much everything there. Chlorine can actually, well, the Jordan S. Rubin book, Patient Heal Thyself, talks about how chlorinated water, even bathing or showering in chlorinated water, can actually cause stress on your body, especially where allergies are concerned, such as ulcerative colitis or whatever. And by the way, this book is not just about ulcerative colitis. Neither are allergies disease in disguise, both editions. But they do talk about other symptoms going as wide as hyperactivity, neck ache, ulcers, diarrhea, itching, irregular heartbeat, dizziness, sinusitis, cravings, fatigue. These allergies are numerous, but I focus on ulcerative colitis because that's what I have, and I'm presuming if you're watching this, you or someone you know has it too, or Crohn's. Therefore, hopefully these missing pieces have cut to the chase and are able to help you get on the road to recovery quite faster than you would have looking at all my other videos. But again, I repeat, I strongly recommend you get the supervision of a scientifically trained health practitioner, preferably naturopathic, because they're more open-minded to these things that have actually helped me. But if all you've got is an open-minded allotropic doctor who's willing to look beyond pills and surgery, well, that's already better than just pills and surgery. Alright, I believe that's my last missing piece. Let's get out of this place.